Feeling comfort in discomfort. How often do we hear that we should leave our comfort zone? Does it mean that we all live in comfort? One person said that this saying is wrong, and I agree with him. What is comfort? When we feel at peace, when we feel happy. When people say that they quitted their comfort zone and started traveling or chasing their dream career, only means that they actually entered their zone of comfort, where they feel themselves the most true, even if it's stressful and frightening at times. This place is my zone of comfort, where I can feel, enjoy nature and be part of it. Watching how the weather is changing. Watching sunrises and sunsets. In November, we rented this small cabin and moved up to the north of Sweden for a month. It is a cabin on a hill with its own forest in a tiny and very friendly village nearby by the lake. Well, it's my dream to move to the Swedish mountains and forest, to work, paint, film videos there, to travel around and explore nature that is free of people. I'm tired of city, society, noise, and people with their will to destroy everything around them, cut all trees, kill birds, and fill everything with asphalt. I want to live in silence in a cozy cabin, to have a huge black drooling dog, to watch the night sky full of stars, and to feel free. So it was our experiment to see if we would really like this kind of life.
Well, we just arrived to our cabin and we have plenty of stuff here. Hi.
We made this little step right now because we lost our beloved cat in October. Our home became so empty that we decided that this is the most right time for trying to live this life for a short time. We really needed this change of perspective. We didn't choose the season when to move here. Life made this choice for us, so we moved from the golden autumn straight to the winter. It was reflecting what I felt inside. Winter like the end of the life cycle. This recharge was needed to make the new beginning possible. We were exploring the winter wilderness, hiking around, watching waterfalls, just living. I've been filming and editing almost every day, and it was so recharging. It was really hard to not film and leave the camera alone. First week of being here was both overwhelming and exciting. We were living literally without forest in the backyard, so I had the opportunity to film and take photos almost from home. That is my big dream. My inflexibility for changes had been making its job though. However, watching the most beautiful sunsets every morning reminded me every day why I'm here. It had been giving me so much motivation and wonder of which colors nature is going to show us today and which adventures are waiting for us. It seemed like nature had been reflecting my feelings. Colors around us were changing rapidly. One day it was moody and lakes were restless. Another day there was sun and snow and still calm water. I tried my best to cherish every moment, not worrying about things, be still like a lake on calm days, be present and observe the beauty that nature is giving us. The winter comes very early in these places. Only down here by the lake we were able to see some green grass and trees. And then back on the hill where our place is, everything was covered with snow. This place became a starting point to a new way of existence. I said in one of my previous videos that I have a plan of not having a plan. I don't know what is waiting for me in the future, and I don't want to have any strict plans anymore. I'm waiting impatiently for where life will lead me, where I will find myself, and I am even more excited for the process. I want to remind myself as often as possible to be present, to live for the process, not for the result. Right now I feel like my life is on pause, in a good way. I want to get a new fresh energy to make something new, to create a very strong fundament. I want to start really slow, listen to my inner voice, what is good for me and where I truly want to move. Not to be as hard on myself as I used to before. Understand my limits, understand my voice and my needs from scratch. And actually, it is a great ability to be able to listen to yourself. Not only understand your needs, but really feel and live according to them. Only being gentle and slow will help me to heal, reach balance in life and be productive again. I don't like the cult of productivity though. I was in the trap of productivity for many years and that was so draining. But I don't want to be in these races anymore. I want to be me and not feel ashamed of anything in my life. I want to quit this trend of success. And I believe there is a great power in this. Accepting that sometimes I can be weak, letting myself be weak, and see nothing bad in this. I want to be fluent as nature is. Let myself to be different and not go against it, but be with it. Let my energy flow as seasons do. There is always summer after the winter. There is strength after weakness. And it's all a natural cycle.
We're going to the waterfall, but it's... Oh my god! We're going to waterfall, but it's really hard to move here because everything is covered with ice.
Now, when I look at these shots, it's hard to believe that it wasn't just a dream. But all these mountains, waterfalls, forests, lots of snow, a small cabin and mice in the house, yes, it happened to us, were our reality for the whole unforgettable month. And we loved it. We loved to be away from everything, from the rush and people and shops. It is an absolutely different feeling. Even after a month of living in nature, it was a shock to arrive in Stockholm on our way back home. Lots of people, noise, lights, rush. It was like someone spilled cold water on my head. This contrast enhanced our impression. There's something magical about this kind of living. It feels like time stops. You literally feel every single breath of nature, and it's full of stillness and harmony. Our life here was simple, calm, and the only annoying and unexpected thing were mice in our cabin. However, it seemed like they stopped entering the house when the true winter came. I couldn't stop wondering how all these places look in summer, how the colors will change after winter, and how great it will be to swim in these rivers, enjoy the sunlight lying on the rocks, and have a picnic when it's not cold and snowy.
Hello friends, well, the main reason why we are here is that my beloved friend, my cat Shinya, unfortunately he passed away. And that's why I said that life chose this time of the year for us. We didn't think that we will experience this kind of lifestyle so soon. But unfortunately Shinya gets sick and his kidney stopped working, so we had to let him go. I would more likely to have him with us right now. He's more wonderful than any place on earth. But unfortunately, this is how life works. We were fighting for his life, but nothing helped. The thought that comforts me is that we gave him the most beautiful and comfortable life and just best possible life. We find out that he has kidney failure 3 years ago, and I appreciate that he was with us for so long without having any bad symptoms. He was with us for 10 years since I took him from shelter when he was 3 years old. And I just can't tell how lucky I was to find such an adorable friend. He was the cutest and smartest cat that I could even imagine. He was like a person, and it's still hard to imagine the life without him. It still feels like he's just sleeping and hiding somewhere and he will come at any moment. He was the soul of our house, and it's hard to describe how empty it feels right now. And how painful it is to come back home now and knowing that he is not waiting for you behind the door. Well, we escaped to this cabin shortly after we let him go, and it helped me to separate from grief a little bit. However, it's still painful to think that he is not waiting for you at home. Actually, it was a thing that comforted me a lot when we were traveling. It was such a warm feeling to know that he's waiting for you at home, and I wanted to come back home as soon as possible to just hug him after the long separation. I can't explain how much he means to me. I just can talk about him for hours. There is only a week left in this cabin, and then we will go to Stockholm for a few days, and then we will go back home to Latvia. I will miss this place, especially the lake that we can see from our window. We spent a lot of time here and saw that place in a very different weather conditions and lighting, and it's amazing to see how the exact same place looks on different days. The views and serenity of this place is magical. It will stay in my heart forever. We also had an opportunity to skate on another lake that was frozen to our surprise. It actually was my dream to skate in the mountains. We came too late though, so it was only an hour of daylight left. But the lighting and view of the sunset was just magical. It was magical to spend these weeks here. It was a magical place to recharge and to have a new beginning. And it gave me an idea of what I want my life to look like in the future. But I still love my home and it will be nice to go back. We still have things to do there. And I'm glad that we live in a beautiful Latvia. Actually, Latvia looks quite similar to Sweden in many senses. But it's more flat and doesn't have any dramatic mountains and rocks. But it's still beautiful as Sweden is, and it still feels like home. And we will see where life will lead us. We had such a happy time here, just hiking around, watching waterfalls and filming all this beauty. And now it's time to move forward.
That feeling when you start to realize that some things you do and see here, they are actually happening for the last time. Wonderful morning views from our cabin, waterfalls and rivers. Editing this video on the floor of a cabin. In this last week, I felt the deepest appreciation for every moment that we were spending here. We were hiking, having picnics on the snow, saying goodbye to our favorite places and observing the familiar places in absolutely different weather conditions, and skating again. It was the coldest week of all that we spent here, and probably the most beautiful week. the true winter came, with lots of snow, freezing cold and sun. Well, this was our experience and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching it until the end. It means a lot to me. I will see you in my next videos. Bye bye.